So, Kevin, I'm driving home. This car's been following me all the way home. I'm turning onto my dead-end street. What do I do?
Okay, we got a lot of options here, but I hear you say the word my dead-end street, so I'm assuming you're getting close to your house.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want to lead someone to your house. So rule number one when you're dealing with what is a possible road rage or stalker situation is don't stop your car and jump out, because that automatically puts you into the fight, and we're still trying to find a way to get out of that fight. So keep your car moving. That's the key element in this situation, is keep your car moving. The guy's followed you for several miles. Turn around on your dead-end street. If it's a cul-de-sac, just make that U-turn. If you're pulling into someone's driveway or your own driveway, pull in, back out, and keep going. And just get out of there. And then the deal is go make a bunch of left turns, and if the guy's still following you, call 911 and give him a complete description of where you are, what your car looks like, and what the bad guy's car looks like. Okay?
All right.
Sounds pretty simple.
Yeah.
If he tries to pin you in, okay, you pull into a driveway to make a Y turn and back out, and you want to be heading on down the road, and he pulls in right behind you and decides, I'm going to try to block you in. Again, this becomes a very confusing situation, but remember, as long as you're mobile, you're a little bit safer than if you're standing outside of your car engaging in an argument or something like that. So drive across somebody's lawn, drive across your own lawn, do whatever it is. If there's a way for you to get out there, then get out, okay? And drive away, and again, don't get stopped where you're stuck. Now, if the guy gets out and he's approaching your car, you've got to be watching his hands at all times, okay? Lock your car doors. A car doesn't provide you a whole bunch of protection, but lock your car doors. Maybe pre-stage your gun in your hand but where it's not seen, so you're not brandishing it, and keep an eye on this guy's hands as he approaches your car. Maybe he just wants to say something to you, or maybe he's going to come up and try smashing in the windows and something like that. So in the state of Wisconsin, the Castle Doctrine law covers you in your car. If you're inside your car and someone tries to break in your car, the Castle Doctrine law applies. You can assume that they're there to cause you death or great bodily harm, and you can respond accordingly. But you don't want to be flashing your gun around and pointing it at somebody until you know their intention. Right. Remember, your gun is for an immediate threat of death or great bodily harm. And until this person presents one, you're in a really bad situation trying to figure out what it is they're thinking.
Right. What if I see a weapon right off the bat?
If you see a weapon right off the bat, like he's coming out with a baseball bat or something like that, yep, you can pull out your gun. But at that point, if you get out of your car, then we're going to have a debate with the investigating officers and the prosecutor and the attorneys as to, were you defending that vehicle in the Castle Doctrine, or you were getting out, to engage with this person or something like that. So if it's an impact weapon, stay in the car. He's got to bash through the car to get to you, but make sure if somebody smashes the window, make sure that your eyes are covered. We want to make sure that glass is not getting in your eyes. But if he's smashing in the window and he's coming at you that way, then you have the right to use deadly force to stop him from getting in and dragging you out of the car and beating you to death.
Great. Does the situation change at all if I have my daughter in the car with me?
Well, it changes insofar as you don't want her to be involved in all of this sort of thing, so the idea of escaping becomes even more prevalent to you. It's more important, again, that you're getting out of there. But in that last scenario I gave you, you're pinned in. There's no place for you to go. You're up against the garage wall or whatever it is, and he won't let you back out, and he's coming to smash that car. And when you can determine that the threat is imminent and deadly, then you can use deadly force to defend yourself. But again, it's a tough call. This is one that could go either way. And boy, the attorneys are going to argue a lot over what happened. But you'll have it on your side if there's impact marks on your car and he's beating it with a bat and things like that. Then it becomes pretty clear that his indication is he wants to cause death or do great bodily harm.
At any point in time, should I be shouting orders or yelling at the person coming at my car?
Always. We use our verbal commands. We want them to know that we want them to stop. And that's just it. Stop. Get away from me. Those are the sorts of things that those aren't specific to one scenario. That's for all of them. You want to make bystanders into witnesses. You want to give clear verbal indications and physical indications. Get back. Leave me alone. I don't want to deal with you. And when that person ignores all of those, then we're very clear in the understanding that this guy's coming here to hurt me or cause problems, beyond the scope of just yelling at me. Yeah. And if he just wants to yell at you, let him yell. okay? If it gets to the point where he's parked you in and he's standing at the side of your car just screaming obscenities, let him yak. There's nothing that we should be doing about that. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry I cut you off. Okay, I'm good. You know, and then if he's done and he backs out, I still want you to back out of your driveway and leave. I don't want him to understand that that's where you live in case he's some kind of weirdo stalker and he wants to come back and see you some other time. So try to give that indication, trick him that, no, that's not where I live. I'm going somewhere else. You know, I just turned down this dead end road by accident.
Right. And after, if I have to do the worst thing I would have to do would have to draw my firearm and actually shots fired, what do I do afterwards?
911 immediately.
Do I drive away? Because he just chased me. I don't know if he's...
Yeah, and you've shot him, and then it's an indication of what's happening at the scene. If you shot him and he goes down, don't drive away, okay? You want to get a position of tactical advantage. But like you said, if there's someone in the car with you, your daughter's in the car, you're not leaving her to go anywhere. So you want to get on the phone, you want to keep an eye on him. If he becomes a deadly threat again, then you have the right to shoot him again. But if he doesn't, hold him at gunpoint, talk on the phone, and say, 911, here's where I am, here's what happened, please send help immediately.
Excellent. Great.
Well, I hope you never come into a situation like that. But again, don't lead a guy to your house. Don't, if you think someone's following you, don't even go down the road to home immediately. Go somewhere else. Drive to a police station.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Glad I could help.